This is Robert Mendez with NetHawk TV. We're here at Cloud Connect 2012 with Robert Holliman from the Business Software Alliance in Washington, D.C. Welcome, Robert. How are you today?
Thank you. It's good to be with you, Jim.
Okay, so we're going to address some concerns about what's going on as far as policy decisions, how the cloud is affecting that, and Robert's going to give us sort of what's the latest in some of the reports he's working on. So, Robert, what is happening today with BSA and the software industry?
Well, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is what we all know about the excitement around the business opportunities of the cloud. The bad news is that governments, through various policies, are doing things that could effectively chop up the global cloud into little pieces. And we're pointing out the countries and policies that set the right path and the countries and policies that are on the wrong path, with a goal of elevating those outliers so that we actually can have a truly global cloud that positions itself for some truly exciting economic opportunities. Well, I think there's a lot of work going on around standards associated with cloud architecture. We are all for private sector-led standard setting processes. We think that that is an important development in the cloud. At the same time, our report points to some of the problems that can exist when governments try to tilt the technology or the standards in favor of local incumbents. And so our argument is that governments should lead by example. They need to promote innovation. Governments need to throw their weight around in buying technology, include cloud technology, but they need to do it in a neutral way that allows market-driven forces to continue to lead the evolution of this architecture.
And as far as from the technology users and the technology builders, do you see that that they're all on the same page as far as with what you see as far as policy changes?
Well, we're really trying to pull in the policy landscape, which is not yet clear, and we're trying to add some clarity around that, to the business and technology piece, which I think is both quite clear and quite exciting. And what we're showing is that there are a group of countries. We're looking at a new study that releases 24 countries that represent 80% of the global market for ICT, and will assess from number 1 to number 24 what those countries have in place now that enable their cloud readiness. But it also really points out where there are the outliers, the countries, and there are oftentimes many countries like China, India, Brazil, who have otherwise fast-growing economies, but it's not clear that their cloud markets will be open to the kind of companies who are at the Cloud Connect event. The top three: one is that governments should be ensuring that there are sufficient security and privacy laws in place that will allow data to be exchanged across borders. That doesn't mean the laws have to be identical, but they need to be adequate. Second is that governments do need to throw their weight around when they buy technology, and they need to throw their weight around constructively regarding cloud technology. And then finally, there need to be a set of policies in place that governments have that protect the assets of people who base their businesses on the cloud, the intellectual property, the ability to do business across borders. We believe that the excitement of the cloud architecture and its ubiquity needs to be combined with an excitement around the policy landscape. That is not where we are today, but this points out what policies are successful, and it points out our common call to action that we need to do to get governments and regulators to let this economy and technology flourish the way it should.
Well, you heard it here from NetHawk TV. Thank you very much, Robert Holliman. This is an enormous challenge and really important, so tune in more at NetHawk TV and get the latest on this topic.